Today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful and sustainable Easter centerpiece with these live hyacinth plants. Hello there, and thank you for joining me. My name is Lesa. We are in the Walmart Garden Center picking out some beautiful live plants. They had so many gorgeous spring flowers to choose from. All these bulbs are in different stages of flowering, so pick what you need if you have time to let them bloom and grow, or if you need them to look full and beautiful. We're also going to pick out a planter to make our centerpiece in. If you have something at home to use already, then definitely do that. But I saw this pedestal bowl and it was just under $11, and I had the idea to do a quick DIY on it. So that's what we're going to use for today's living plant Easter centerpiece. I have told y'all before I do not have a green thumb, but these hyacinth plants are one thing that I can grow and keep alive. They are sustainable, and then I am able to plant the bulbs outside and enjoy them again in my garden next spring. So I love these, and that's why I chose them. The colors are vibrant and beautiful. This pedestal bowl was a great shape, and it looks like it would be something high-end as soon as we get a hold of it with a little bit of paint. So you're going to want to first wipe it down and make sure it is clean and free of any debris, and let it dry well. And then using some chalk paint that I already had on hand, I am going to create kind of a splotchy sponge technique. I do want a lot of this orange terracotta to still show through. I don't want it to be completely white. So with the terracotta base, I'm blending the taupe and the white paints. I'm just going to take a paper towel, I'm going to wet it, wring out all the water, but make sure that it is still damp, kind of wad it up, and then pounce it in the paints side by side so they kind of blend together. Once you have your paper towel loaded up, then you just pounce the paint onto your planter or your vessel, your pot, whatever you're choosing to paint. This technique does not need to be perfect. That is the beauty of it. You want it to end up looking like aged stone. You could also add some texture into this paint by either incorporating some black pepper or baking soda into your paint. That gives it a rough texture, and that's another idea, and I have used that before to give it a heavier concrete look. But you're just going to keep pouncing your paint onto your planter until you have it all coated. And don't forget to get the top rim of your planter as well. Before that first coat of paint is completely dry, I want to come back in with some black chalk paint, and with the same technique, but just very little bit of paint. I'm going to take some of the black in with those other paint colors and tap that onto my planter. I want it to be very random, and I don't want it to be as thick and concentrated as that first layer. I just want it to have more of a worn, speckled look to it. So diluting the paint here, and you can see then I just pounce it onto my planter, and that's the trick in this whole process, to quickly dab straight down and lift off so that you don't smudge the paint. And you can see here how I'm kind of grouping my black paint in little sections, but not concentrating it over the entire planter. I love that this gives a store-bought planter a unique and individualized look that is custom and special just for my home. Make sure your paint is completely dry. There are no drain holes on this planter. So I'm taking 2 bags of Dollar Tree rock, placing that in the bottom of the planter. That will help with drainage so that your plants are not sitting in sopping soil and water. These are really hardy plants to work with. Just take them out of the plastic container and gently put them down into your planter. I'm using the bigger pot of hyacinths in the middle, and then I'm taking these smaller grape hyacinths and placing them around the edge. The large hyacinths are going to be a very bright and vibrant pink, where the grape hyacinths are a more muted purple color. Once I have all of my plants in place, I'm just going to take some Miracle-Gro potting soil or whatever your preference for potting soil is and fill in the gaps, making sure that the planter is full and that the new plants are snug and secure in their new home. You could leave it just like this, but I wanted to add an extra special touch of using this dried green moss to make the planter look more vibrant and spring-like for my Easter centerpiece. So I'm going to just carefully put this in and around, tuck it under the plants. This is also going to help the centerpiece retain its moisture when you water it. And here is where the spring centerpiece turns into an Easter centerpiece with this one simple element. I collected some fallen dead limbs from my backyard, snapped them into varying lengths to make little wooden crosses to put down into my centerpiece arrangement. I'm using a little bit of hot glue to secure them together and hold the two sticks in place. Then I'm taking just some simple twine and with hot glue tacking on the loose end, wrapping it in a crisscross fashion around the two intersections to hold them securely in place. I will then use another little dab of hot glue to secure the end on the back, cutting it off of the spool of twine. Repeat this process for all three crosses. I have one that's bigger than the other two. Don't forget to give your newly planted hyacinths a little drink of water. Don't overdo it, but they do need a little sip of water since you have just transplanted them. My husband's office gets a lot of light in it. It's the perfect place for it to soak in that spring sunshine. I'm going to just gently tuck in my handmade stick crosses, and there you have your living plant Easter centerpiece. This will be a beautiful statement piece to adorn your dining table for Easter. It will make your room smell wonderful. Hyacinths have a beautiful fragrance to them. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would love to have you come back for the next video. And until I see you then, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.